Welcome to chronosisgaming. In today's video, we're diving into 10 things that either need a little bit of tinkering or have been downright impressive since release. Whether you're here to stay ahead of the curve or just curious about the game's evolution, you're in the right place. If you find this video insightful or just plain enjoyable, please support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and giving the video a like. It means the world to me. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. First up, we have the global chat in the main menu, a feature that's present by default in many games, but often lacks a meaningful value. As it stands, global chat right now is a chaotic mix of very creative usernames, as there are no blockers to username choice, and a very colorful language as well, often serving as more of a distraction than a helpful tool. So we could make it a lot better by imagine global chat was only country based or region based, allowing players from the same region to connect, team up, and go to raids together. This simple change would transform a global chat from a noise to a hub of collaboration and community. And of course, I don't think I need to mention that some usernames are just downright offensive to some people, and yeah, of course there's this report button and stuff, but shouldn't be allowed to make racist or offensive usernames, etc. Next, let's talk about the mechanic that doesn't really get the credit it deserves, and that is dragging friendlies to safety. This feature is a game changer, offering something that many other games lack. It's not about just saving a buddy, it adds a layer of strategy and risk, creating new opportunities for teamwork and hero moments. If you've ever been in a firefight where you wished you could pull your down teammate to safety, you'll know just how impactful this can be, especially if your team has smokes. That makes it a lot more viable to maneuver closer and then grab your buddy and reposition him. You can just imagine how much you can turn the tides of the game with this simple mechanic. It's just epic, man. Now onto the item management. One thing that can really slow down gameplay is the inability to pick up items in raid quickly, and of course after the raid sell multiple items at once fast. The game could seriously benefit from more hotkeys for these actions. Imagine how much smoother your gameplay would be if you could swiftly grab items with a single key press, or post-raid sell them quickly as well. It's a small change that could have a very big impact on the flow of the game. Let's face it, dying in a raid can be frustrating, especially when you have no idea what went wrong. That's why having detailed post-death stats would be invaluable. This isn't about adding a death cam, but more so it's about giving players real insight into what happened. How much damage did you deal to your last opponent or opponents? What were you hit with? And other crucial details that could help you learn from the encounter, making you a better player over time. It's a small addition that could make a very, very huge difference. Here's a feature that's already a winner: the ability to sell items that were in your pouch during a raid, no matter how many times you've survived or died with them. This adds a layer of flexibility that's often missing from other games. Whether you forgot about an item or intentionally held on to it, you're not penalized. It's a feature that strikes perfectly to player convenience. I hope this stays that way, that the items that were in the pouch will not become account bound. I don't see this becoming a huge issue in the future, apart from when people get their hands on big pouches and then start doing naked runs for high value loot spots, but even then it's not a big deal in my opinion, at least. Moving on to crafting. Black site production areas are a little bit clunky for me right now. The process of understanding what you need for a crafting could be smoother. For instance, even after purchasing an item, it might still show up as missing, which is confusing. The game does have a neat solution though, the option to buy all required components with a single button, but why not make that the default? Streamlining this process would make crafting more intuitive and less of a headache. Let's talk pre-raid loadouts. Super cheap loadouts are a fantastic feature, allowing you to unlock and refresh a set amount of gear per tier. You can sell everything you extract with, making this a potential goldmine to players who know how to maximize their loadouts. But here's where it gets interesting. What impact will this have for the in-game economy? Some loadouts are worth far more than others, and it will be fascinating to see how players exploit this for profit. Currently, all loadouts of the tier of your choice cost the same, so making it very cost effective, and for some other loadouts more than others. Overall, it's a great thing because it incentivizes people to use currency to go raid with their own gear, and even if they have lost it all and are low on cash, they can opt in for these freebies. I think it's a fantastic feature, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this all progresses. Surely they will tinker this one way or another, but we'll see. One of the most underrated features is the inventory usage function. This little gem shows you exactly where an item can be used, saving you the trouble of figuring it out on your own. Like, I wouldn't want to open the browser and typing in the item name just to understand what is it used for and how many do I need to barter for some kind of specialty item. It's a quality of life improvement that streamlines gameplay and makes your inventory management a breeze. Little touches like this go a long way in enhancing the overall gaming experience. Now onto the bartering. The ability to barter for better gear without relying solely on the black market is a game changer. You can save costs, making profit by flipping items and avoid the dreaded account-bound clutter. This flexibility keeps the game economy dynamic and engaging. In some games, you are stuck with useless, unsellable items, but here almost everything has a value. It's a breath of fresh air, man. Let's go over the raid preparation reminders, and before you head into a raid, the game helpfully reminds you that you're missing some essential items like meds or ammo. The amount of times when I have forgotten some items on other games is astronomical, and then you have to hope that one of your teammates can help you out. If they can, it's great, but if they can't, then it's gonna get rough. This reminding feature shows the game commitment to player success, offering you tools to ensure that you're always ready for whatever comes your way, making it excellent for players like me and maybe some of you guys who constantly keep forgetting about things. Finally, let's touch on the gunsmith section. The gunsmith area is fantastic for customizing and testing your weapons with data panels and quick access to modifications. The section is so cool. It shows you right away what weapons you have and in what categories too that you can modify. And conveniently, you can go to firing range to test it out to see if modifications you made are suitable. You can also see the data panel, which shows you the essential data from your tests, but as you can see, it's a bunch of code right now. From the firing range, you can quickly go back to weapon configuration with the tab where you can even choose what kind of ammo you want to shoot, or if you want to change the weapon up, you can access the modification from the same place as well, which is neat. Personally, I think it's really convenient because with small effort I can customize all kinds of guns, whether they are some budget SMGs or high-end rifles. The customization is just detailed enough so an average player is not going to be super confused about weapon parts, wherein compared to Tarkov, for example, the amount of detail on weapon parts can get overwhelming. So overall, I think it's very well done so far. So there you have it, a dive into the game's intriguing features and areas for improvement. There's a lot more to explore, especially when it comes to potential challenges and future updates. I've written down some stuff I want to talk about in the upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.